Hi, everyone. Welcome to Step Into Yourself Tarot. My name is Savannah. Thank you for joining me today. If anything in this reading resonates for you, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I am going to do a collective reading and not sure where we're going. Just feeling like, being called to it. Where am I starting, Spirit? Where am I starting? I'm feeling an oracle deck. Okay. Spirit, thank you for presiding over this reading for collective. Please allow any and all messages that are for the highest good of collective to come through. What does collective need to know at the present time? I hope you are well. I am good. I'm like craving Olive Garden. Do you ever get in those moods where you just want like something basic and nostalgic? And yesterday, one of my students was talking about Olive Garden, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. So thinking I might go there today and just treating myself to some salad and bread and whatever my heart desires. Maybe an Italian margarita. That sounds really good. Yeah, an Italian margarita. I'm hungry. But hope you've had a wonderful week whenever it is that you're seeing this. I know I had a long week, very long week. All right. Current messages for collective. What does collective need to know? I will be likely recording Libra's birthday reading tomorrow. So if you have any Libra placements, which we all do, right? We all have every sign in somewhere in our chart. Be sure to check that out. It will be obviously predictive for the next 12 months, as well as charms and oracles and just guidance for the year ahead. So be looking for that. And then I'm hoping to do an all signs. I'm going to get my table situated for the Halloween season. So pulling out some different decks and excited for the energies that will be coming through. All right. I'm going to stop gabbing. Let me just focus. Perhaps that's something you're just needing to focus right now. All right, Spirit, let's do two more. Messages for the highest good of collective. Messages for the highest good of collective. One more. Messages for the highest good of collective. Building blocks. Okay. Time for a nap. Exchanging gifts. And a leg up. To the sea at the bottom of the deck. I'm feeling like I don't know if these are different situations. I'm feeling that though. Like that I'm to clarify each as a separate segment. Interesting. Fork in the road. Perhaps collectively these energies amount to being at a crossroads. So building blocks, time for a nap, exchanging gifts, and then a leg up. I do feel that, to be fair, to bring justice. Once again, that Libra energy. mending, unfinished symphony. Okay. Yes, I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to clarify each of these as separate segments, but I think collectively they are lending to an energy of being at a fork in the road. What is going to bring justice? What is going to bring balance for you at the present time? So let me see what these building blocks are. And I'm actually feeling the charms to pull charms for each segment. So we will start. That's interesting. Why is that? I never tie this tight. That's really interesting. I never tie this tight. Perhaps you're really wound up right now. All right, show me building blocks. Just a few terms for building blocks. What does collective need to know about building blocks? Okay, we have the letters Y, S, G. Oh, that's interesting. Those are my initials, S and G. We have E, H, G, and X. We have the dress, black and white dress in reverse. We have the teapot in reverse. Okay. We have the flower, so blooming energy here. That's that building of energy. And then we have the football player in reverse. So determination is in reverse here. So perhaps you aren't feeling the most motivated, the most nourished. Perhaps it's been a long journey. But there's this flower energy, this blooming energy here, which I believe is the energy of the building blocks, right? Like we assemble our blocks, we put one and then we add another and then we add another. And in that, it amounts to a whole, right? So the energy is here for growth, for expansion, to rise to the occasion, perhaps to abandon black and white thinking and to lean more into determination and motivation. Okay, let's see what this is. I'll use the light seers. Can I see building blocks? What is this for collective? Can I see building blocks? What is this for collective? Building blocks for collective. One more. Building blocks for collective. I'm going to do one more on that. Building blocks for collective. Two of Cups, High Priestess, and Queen of Wands. Wow, that's beautiful energy. This is that blooming energy. I'm going to turn these around so you can see. Two of Cups, High Priestess, Queen of Wands. And see, I feel like, the elevation of the self, that's that Queen of Wands energy. That's that energy, like the fire and the passion and that creative spark, that motivation, that determination. That is the Queen of Wands energy. And then we have High Priestess, Two of Cups. a deep internal knowing about some kind of partnership. Two of Cups can be romantic, doesn't necessarily have to be. Two of Cups is just anything that we are contracting ourselves to. We expect that it will be reciprocal. We expect that it will be balanced. But there's an intuitive knowing about this. But it starts with you and your energy and a deep internal knowing of some kind of partnership. Let me push this a bit further. Show me this Two of Cups. What is this partnership? Show me this Two of Cups. Show me this Two of Cups. What is this partnership? One more. Two of Cups. Death and rebirth. Ace of Cups. Wow, and then there's the King of Wands. Okay, so a transformation. Transformation in this connection. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So matching the frequencies here with two characters. Ace of Cups, rebirth. There's the ability to rebirth and revive love in whatever this partnership is. And you have intuitive knowing. There's been a change. There's been a rebirth. With any ending of a cycle, death, there's always the opportunity for a new one. You know, as one door closes, another opens. And that's what I'm seeing here. Wow. There's been a transformation. The Magician, you've manifested it. Strength. Four of Swords. Done a lot of healing and clarity. Yeah, clarity. King of Swords. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so the building blocks is, I think, a building up of energy, that flower energy, that blooming energy. And as you build up in your energy, you discover a deep internal knowing in that High Priestess regarding the transformation that is possible. So it's almost like those building blocks are the energetic building up into a deep internal understanding of what this partnership represents and the amount of love that you have. Okay. Let's see, time for a nap. I'm going to once again pull some charms for that. Time for a nap. Charms for time for a nap. All right. We have the letter Z. We have the Eiffel Tower, romanticism. We have the cat in reverse. So make sure that you're tapping into your intuition. We have the tooth. So something you can really dig yourself into. We have the wreath. So a sign of winter. And then like time for a nap, hibernation. And then we have the word brave. All right, let's see what this is. Can I see time for a nap for a collective? So maybe around, this winter season, you might be feeling a bit disconnected, and really needing to hibernate. Let's see. Number 24, time for a nap. Can I see what time for a nap is? I'm hearing just being, like just being, not striving, not necessarily doing, just being. Time for a nap. One more. It's like that rest. Time for a nap. Page of Swords. The World. The Magician. I feel like time for a nap is really gaining new insight, learning about cycles and endings, and closing out. That wreath is drawing me to that World card. Perhaps closing something out in the winter time. Or perhaps you have done that before, or experienced that before. And Page of Swords, the World, you're trying to learn, like, what needs to be learned. It's like a very contemplative energy here. And then we have the Magician, which is manifesting. So we'll definitely clarify. Show me the world. Show me the world. Show me the world. Show me the world. And then one more. Show me the world. Nine of Swords, a lot of anxiety, overthinking. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords. A lot of overthinking about what you want for yourself. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords. What's correct for you? I feel like whatever you're closing out, it's going to create pain in your heart to do so, but you do feel like it's correct for you. And I see time for a nap, maybe in the winter season, really taking a look at how it's either how an ending or something that you closed out, brought pain, pain to your heart, feelings of rejection, or like a contemplation of, do I close something out and stand on my own as an independent person, and reach for the things that I would actually like in my life, and the things that are aligned with me and my highest good. I feel like it's just contemplative energy here, but you're manifesting. So let me see what you're manifesting. Let me see the Magician. One more. Let me see the Magician. These cards are sticking. What is collective manifesting? strength. Page of Pentacles. Page of Cups. To open up. From the heart. Okay, so I feel like right here, Page of Swords, the World, Three of Swords. An ending created a lot of pain in your heart, a lot of fear of rejection, fear of pain. It created, there was a lot of overthinking about independence and what's aligned with my value, what wasn't aligned with my value. And then here, manifesting strength, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, to, it's almost like reopening of the self and reopening to new investments, small investments. So Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Small investments. That's that building block energy. And if this line is related to this line, this Queen of Wands and King of Wands, one is more earthy. But see, this is all fire. But I see the opening of the heart in the 3D, right? And it requires your strength to do so, but it is a manifestation of yours. So I feel like this segment here is talking about something you previously experienced, and what you're manifesting is the ability to, okay, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to open up myself from the heart to have new investments. I'm not going crazy with it, right? But I'm starting at the building block. I'm starting like from square one, basically. And it relates to that brave energy. Strength, bravery, romanticism, the opening of the heart, time for a nap. Perhaps you are coming out of this state of hibernation, of isolation. And it's like, okay, I'm going to start opening up and having new investments for myself. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Moving into exchanging gifts, I'm going to get a different deck to clarify these. Which one do I want to use? Let me use the Muse Tarot. Okay, exchanging gifts, number 27. Oh, actually, let me get some charms. Exchanging gifts, charms for exchanging gifts. All right, so we have two butterflies of transformation. We have, oh, that's so pretty. A fairy. Wings. Oh, and it's on the exchanging gifts card. The fairy. I doubt you can see this charm, but it matches. Exchanging gifts. You're poised for this. We have the bee. So buzzing. Something is buzzing. Something is coming into fruition. We have the word scarlet in reverse. I feel like I'm getting that energy, that siren energy that we can often think of as temptation, but it's in reverse. Like this isn't a negative or unhealthy exchange or desire. We have the star. Yeah, it's a vision and a hope and a desire for the path. We have the heart. And then we have the guitar in reverse. Music might be important to you, but perhaps you haven't been feeling the music. You haven't been able to dance. Okay, really interesting here. Okay. Exchanging gifts. Can I see what this is? Number 27. So we have 28, 24, 27. Exchanging gifts for collective. Exchanging gifts for collective. You haven't been able to dance. That's that opening up energy. Exchanging gifts. One more. Exchanging gifts. Knight of Cups. Oh, there's that vulnerability in the opening, the deliverance of our heart. Page of Swords. Coming back to over here, and that gained insight about things that are aligned, right? That are balanced, that are aligned with your worth, that are aligned with your value. Queen of Swords. An understanding. I feel like there's a learning, exchanging gifts. This can be an exchange here, a conversation, Queen of Swords, and the deliverance of your heart, or somebody delivering their heart to you, especially with that exchanging gifts energy. The energy is flowing between two energies, back and forth. And you're taking a look at this. You're learning about, I feel like it's somebody else's heart, and they're communicating it to you. Let me see. Can I see this Queen of Swords? Actually, show me the Knight of Cups first. Show me the Knight of Cups. So that's vulnerability for sure. Knight of Cups. It's expressions of love and heart and emotions. Knight of Cups. One more. Can I see Knight of Cups for collective? Five of Swords. The Chariot. Six of Swords. So Five of Swords is an energy of, it can be like self-sabotage. It's overthinking something to the point where it almost can prevent you from movement, right? The Page of Swords has learned about this. And I feel like what is being expressed here is that I was overthinking. It was a form of self-sabotage. I understand this. I've taken a look at it, and I want to go with my heart, with the deepest parts of myself. So I'm moving away from overthinking and, that self-sabotaging energy in order to move in this direction, in order to deliver my heart to you. And it's literally coming from the innermost self, right? The Chariot is very swift energy. It's moving towards something or a desire, full throttle. I feel like this is being expressed to you. Show me the Queen of Swords. And if this is your energy, this Queen of Swords, it's like your response is very matter of fact. The Queen of Swords is like no nonsense. They just get to the facts, right? They get to the point. Show me the Queen of Swords. Show me the Queen of Swords. Show me the Queen of Swords. I have a feeling this is you because you show me yourself as the queen over here. Let me see. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. One more. Queen of Swords. Death. Nine of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. The Transformation. Nine of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Remember over here, you were talking about, what do I want for myself? It's really tricky. I feel like these two energies may be carrying out in each of these lines. So this could be you here, where you're manifesting investment, you're manifesting openness from the heart, opening up yourself in the smallest of ways, right? Here, this energy, this Page of Swords here, that's communicating, how they recognize, the self-sabotaging behavior, moving away from things, not expressing, their heart, like they're gaining insight about that, and how they've held themselves back, and they're wanting to move in a particular direction, right? That same Page of Swords is here concerning the world, the ending. And when I clarified that, there was that Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Three of Swords. It was very difficult for this energy to stand as empowered, to reach for the things that they desired for themselves, that they felt was worthy of them, that they felt was significant to them. And it was possibly rooted in fear of rejection, pain in the heart, heartbreak. There was a lot of overthinking and worry and anxiety about reaching for the very thing that they felt like would be aligned with them. I see that energy here And then I feel like that energy is over here because that 9 of Pentacles, death, 10 of Pentacles, there is a conversation surrounding, or at least an understanding, Queen of Swords, about how much this energy has transformed in terms of their long-term view of what Tree of Life looks like for them and what is aligned with their highest good. What's aligned with their value, what's aligned with their worth. I feel like there's understanding. So we go from the Page of Swords to the Queen of Swords, which is very been able to make sense of it, right? There's been a transformation for this other energy of what their tree of life, their stability, their foundation should be for them. 9 of Pentacles, and how to reach for that, how to stand firm in that, and recognizing what is aligned with my value and my worth. Exchanging gifts. And remember, I said I haven't been able to dance. It's like I haven't been able to flow in the desires of my heart and the things that I've wanted to reach for. Because of overthinking, anxiety, stress, worry, 3 of Swords, pain in my heart, fear of heartbreak, fear of rejection, fear of loss, 5 of Swords. This was self-sabotaging, but I'm moving away from doing that. And instead, I'm going to reach for the very things that I desire. It's an exchange. It's a gift. It's like I'm going to give to the things that are right for me. And that same death transformation we see over here aligned with that 2 of Cups connection, Ace of Cups. This is so interesting. Okay, let's take a look at a leg up. I'm going to get charms. Can I see a leg up for collective? There's been a transformation in this other energy. All right, let's see the letters here. G, V, O. Oh, that's interesting. Go. H, L, U, D. So GOVHLD and U. We have the horseshoe, and it's tied up in the heart with the word love. A leg up. Like you can conquer. You can be victorious. You can like ring this in. We have the cross of commitment, and we have the feather, the large feather. So spirituality, also feathers may be symbols for you. Also going with the flow. Okay, let's see this. Leg up. Can I see leg up for collective? Can I see leg up for collective? I don't know why my cards are sticking. I think it's because it's kind of humid today. And I can always tell when I'm shuffling when there's moisture. Show me a leg up. One more. A leg up. I see a leg up for collective. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. 10 of Swords. What the hell is this? Five of Pentacles, that's breakage. That's lack mindset. 8 of Wands, communication. And then 10 of Swords, and it's painful. What is this? Because what I'm seeing is a transformation in this other energy, and they're communicating it. They see things differently. They've transformed. They're exchanging with you. There's the communication back and forth. I see you manifesting, opening up yourself to new investments from the smallest of ways, but with an openness of heart. And over here, I see the building blocks. 2 matching frequencies, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, a lot of love, intuitive knowing, and a transformation in whatever this connection is. And then over here, I see communication about breakage and loss, possibly how it caused pain, how it was really, really difficult. Let me get more on this. Can I get more on this? What is this? 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords. It could just be showing that the conversation is not easy. And what's being communicated is how the ending created a lot of pain. Going back to that world, that cycle that closed. One more. 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, I feel like someone is communicating the desire for a new beginning. As they look out into the future, they want this new beginning. And then Hanged Man. I need to hang upside down about this and think about it. Hanged Man energy. Or they're communicating that they've gained new perspective about breakage and loss and pain, and they want a new beginning. They Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, as you know, 3 of Wands, when we look out into the horizon, it's like anticipation for the future. So this energy may be communicating that they want a new beginning, that they've, you know, hung upside down, that they want this connection in their future. It's a very solid offering, Ace of Pentacles. Temperance at the bottom of the deck, healing. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, building. That's that building blocks that we saw over here. I feel like somebody's communicating that they've gained new perspective about the break, how it created pain, how it caused them a lot of pain. They want a new beginning. They're offering this to you. They're communicating their changed, transformed perspectives. I don't know what you do about it. It's like this other energy hijacked your reading. Because this is like the piece that I see you. Here. But you have intuitive knowing about this connection. I need to see you in this. Where is collective in this? Where is collective in this? Where is collective in this? That leg up card is number 34. Where is collective in this? This, please. Let me see where you're at before I say. Where is collective in this? One more. Where is collective in this? Five of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. You're nurturing the self. Five of Pentacles. That's that breakage here. That feeling abandoned, right? Been nurturing yourself over a long period of time. Knight of Pentacles. You're on a very steady pathway towards your own abundance. Nurturing of the self and nurturing of your pathway. Can I push this further? Eight of Pentacles. A lot of hard work. There's that Page of Pentacles that you show me here. The World. I feel like for you, you completed a cycle of coming out of a period of loss and abandonment. You nurtured yourself. You invested in your life pathway. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. There was a growth here in your work efforts, perhaps, in just investing and nurturing of the self, there's like a sense of completion within you, collective. Remember, we saw that unfinished symphony card. I feel like that's that other energy. Like they have things left unsaid. They have things that they have not reconciled themselves to. But you've reached a stage of completion. That doesn't mean you're not going to grow, right? And that there's never anything else that you need to do for yourself. Of course there is. But I feel like in terms of that loss and that abandonment, you have really poured and invested in yourself and reached a stage of stability, reached a stage of, I know my path, and you feel a sense of completion. I need to see this energy here because I'm not going to say until I see it. Give me more on this building blocks energy. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Wands, High Priestess, Queen of Wands. One more. That building blocks energy. The Hanged Man. Temperance. Four of Swords. That's a lot of healing. There's so much healing. Over a long period of time. You've rested on it. You really went within. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the Lovers. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the Lovers. Whatever this partnership is, Three of Pentacles, that's like the building blocks, right? That's the teamwork, cooperation, collaboration. That on its own could be friendship. But then Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, the Lovers. Lovers is highly spiritual alignment. It's alignment emotionally, physically, spiritually. It exists on a whole other plane. I always say this about the Lovers. Remember how I said the Two of Cups can just be a partnership? The Lovers is beyond that. It is so much greater than a typical relationship. There's a deep internal knowing and a lot of healing and a lot of perspective on this connection. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, that this cooperation or friendship that you've had is actually a form of wish fulfillment, and it's the Lovers. It exists on a whole other plane. That's beautiful. This energy is beautiful, and there is so much healing over a long period of time. A lot of resting on this, a lot of deep internal clarity. High Priestess, Four of Swords, Temperance. There's been a lot of processing. Temperance, the Hanged Man. Wow. That is gorgeous energy. I want to see the outcome of this over here. Can I see the outcome over here on a leg up. Can I see the outcome over here on a leg up? The outcome on this line over here, a leg up. One more. King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. I'm trying to figure out if this energy is this energy. Drawing it back to Queen of Swords here, which is this energy. King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. It's a lot of stability. Excuse me. A lot of stability. And you show me here, you as the Queen of Pentacles, here's the King of Pentacles. And then Tree of Life energy. I'm going to push this a bit further. I believe it is the same. I believe it is the same energy. But there is a beautiful understanding and unraveling. Excuse me. And transformation. Excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat. One more. King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. 2 of Cups. That's what I needed to know. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, yep. They are totally related. 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles was here and here in that other energy. And Wheel of Fortune, things have come back around. The lessons have been learned about value, self-worth, whether this person is a good reflection of me, whether it can be balanced. Remember that balance, that justice energy. This is gorgeous. Nine of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. The lessons have been learned. It's now you can move into the next stage of the journey, and it's equal and it's balanced and it's unified. It's been transformed and it's been healed. That's beautiful. So each segment, I feel like, is a snapshot of the journey. A lot of transformation. A ton of transformation. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is also divinity. It can be like divine intervention. It can also represent timing, right? And we see Temperance over here, 4 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. That all represents time. But it finally comes together. It's so gorgeous. I love this. Oh, is there anything else that collective should know about this? Is there anything else that collective should know? It is so beautiful. Literally, it's like the transformation just unfolded with each line of what was occurring. All right, one more. Anything else that collective should know about this? Sacred journey. Yeah, this journey is sacred. And it's a journey of transformation. We have the snake on here. Sacred journey number 26. Be still. That's that time for a nap. I feel like timing is at play here, so I will get some timing cards. Free spirit. That's that flow energy. Being willing to flow. And I feel like once this journey completes, this transformation completes, it allows this other energy and you to really lean into flowing and that free spirit energy. It's beautiful. Yeah, time out. There's that wheel energy. That's that it's time for a nap. Oh, and then I'm also seeing the tree of life on this. That's the abundance, the 10 of Pentacles energy. I feel like this is happening. This transformation is taking place one building block at a time. And it's taking time. I feel like you show me that here. Magician, strength, Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. You show me your intuition over here. That you were poised for this and there was that blooming energy. But I feel like it's unfolding one building block at a time. This transformation is, the sacred journey is occurring. And once it completes, here it is. It comes together beautifully. It's so gorgeous. Yeah, and then you're able to move forward. I love this. Number 23. It's so beautiful. Be still. Let me try to get some timing elements on this. Can I get timing for collective? Is there anything that you can give us about timing for collective? Is there anything about timing here? Death. That is spiritual. Time will bring a surprise. One more. Any timing elements on this for collective? Any timing elements on this for collective? Next couple of years. Perhaps this has been in the making for, let it be a mystery. November. I feel like this has been in the works for a couple of years. Or from like present day to up to 2 years ago. It's been a mystery unfolding. I feel like the transformation for both energies has been part of this sacred journey. And it's been a mystery. And then we have November here. Next new moon. I'm not sure when that is. I think it's in October. October 6th, maybe. New moons, we manifest. You show me the magician over here. August. Something about August was significant. And then we have October. So honestly, I feel like it's present energy. It's very present energy. I feel like maybe the next new moon is where the clarity comes in for this other energy. But I feel like this has been a sacred journey that's been occurring behind the scenes for up to 2 years. It's been unfolding in ways that you haven't been able to see. Let it be a mystery. It's been a mystery. But it comes together beautifully. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Anything else collective needs to know? I'm going to pull from this oracle. Anything else collective needs to know? And I'm actually being guided to read out of the book for whatever comes out. Anything else collective needs to know about this sacred journey? One more. All right. I'm going to shake them out. Anything else collective needs to know about this sacred journey? Anything else collective needs to know about this sacred journey? Move your body to move your emotion. Remember I said over here, I haven't been able to dance. Vulnerability is power. Ooh, I love this. Vulnerability is power. That Knight of Cups energy. Okay, let me see. Number 39. $116. It may not feel like it at first, but the more vulnerable you become, the more powerful you will feel. Befriending your emotions and your behavioral patterns puts you in the driver's seat of your life rather than just feeling like a passenger. The word vulnerability comes from the Latin word vulnerabilis, meaning wounding. And we have been led to believe that being vulnerable opens us up to being wounded by others, that Three of Swords energy, that fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of pain in the heart. However, most of the time, by blocking our vulnerability and being disconnected from our true feelings, we are wounding ourselves. This card is here to tell you to reclaim the power of your vulnerability. Get to know how you truly feel without the fear of judgment. Be vulnerable with yourself because with this awareness comes confidence. How to find power in vulnerability. Unraveling your vulnerability is like unlocking the code to your emotional life and discovering the complexity of your feelings. Next time you feel a powerful emotion, see if you can explore it with curiosity. What is happening in your external world to make you feel like this? Are there any other emotions present at the same time as this one? Sometimes the first strong emotion we feel can be a secondary emotion that is covering our true vulnerability beneath it. For example, anger can cover sadness, and laughter can cover fear. Get to know yourself intimately and watch as the fear of vulnerability turns into a feeling of power. Vulnerability is power. Yeah, and this transformation that occurred or is occurring with both energies requires vulnerability within both. And then the coming together also requires the vulnerability and the true expression of emotions. Gratitude for the past taught wisdom. The owl on here, that's that Wheel of Fortune energy. Gratitude for the past. Clear limiting beliefs, that's that overthinking energy. The self-sabotage behavior. Inspiration hunt. I love this. This reading is really, really amazing. And I'm just looking over, and one of the oracles decks that I have, the card Change is there, which is also the Wheel of Fortune. Change. I'm just going to read what that says. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Yes, change is here, and we have to submit to it. And when we submit, that's when the beauty and the unification comes together. All right, I'm going to get final charms and then final spirit message or angel numbers. Final charms for collective. This is really beautiful. I love it. Oh, lots of letters. Okay, we have L, M, D, D, N, W, I, O, N, U. I'll say those again. L, M, D, D, N, U, I, O, Z, and W. We have the mask in reverse. Yeah, no longer wearing a mask. We have the teardrop. The teardrop. Yeah, it's been difficult. That breakage. Feeling abandoned. We have the butterfly of transformation. We have the dolphin. There's playfulness. We have the cornucopia. So sign of Thanksgiving, also gratitude. I think that it was in the reverse, like gratitude for the past. So seeing that past differently. There's been a lot of transformation. We have the crown. King energy. You wear the crown. We have another butterfly of transformation. So matching frequencies. We have the star, our deepest hope and desire for the future. We have the cross of commitment. We have the paw print, the dog's paw print, a sign of loyalty, friendship, commitment, best friend. I'm hearing best friend. And then we have the rose, the offering of vulnerability, of love. Love this for you. Okay, let me get final spirit message or angel number. I love this for you, collective. If this is your reading, or even segments of it, please comment. I would love to hear because this is just amazing. It's such a beautiful unfolding. But this could all be happening beneath the surface. Remember that mystery card. All right, one more. Self-reliance, 1717. Time has come to rely on your knowledge, your wisdom, and your ambition. You have an important soul mission and purpose. Leaning on your inner strength will allow more of your path to unfold ahead. As I take leadership of my life brings a flow of good fortune and good blessings. Love that. Have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shows your true inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light, and then your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. That's that chariot energy. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow, that free spirit energy, and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Love that. I love that. And then optimism, 1818. Successful manifestation of your abundance is near. Higher levels of optimism are needed as new abundant beginnings are on the horizon. Brighter days always come after the darkest of nights. Everything is in perfect order. That's that wheel, divinely orchestrated as I enter into this next chapter of my journey and connect to the abundance that is near. I love this. And then intuition. Love this for you, which you show me over here in the High Priestess. All right, collective. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your weekend. If this resonated with you at all, or even just gave you something to consider and ponder and think about, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to claim the reading or it was for you, hit that subscribe. All right. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for this. All right. Take care.